Hello shooter lovers! The story begins on the evening of July 4th. Eva returns to her hometown Southport for her friend Danica's engagement party. Her ex-boyfriend Milo is also there, and she feels nervous about meeting him again. At the party, she also meets her old friend Stevie and Stevie's friend Hannah. Stevie is a little upset because all the friends had gone off to college while she had to stay behind due to family problems. Still, after some convincing, she agrees to join them for an outing. Everyone gets into the car, drinking, and having fun until they arrive at a spot where the fireworks can be seen. During the fun, Teddy stands in the middle of the road and refuses to move out of the way of an oncoming car. At the last moment, Milo pushes Teddy aside to save him, but Teddy still doesn't stop his foolish behavior. Because of this, a truck driver tries to control his vehicle, but the truck veers toward the cliff. The friends try to help the driver, but the truck falls down the ravine, and the driver Sam, even while holding on to Teddy's jacket, is unable to survive. Everyone is left in shock and guilt. Eva insists they should call the police and ambulance, but the others fear they will be blamed. Teddy makes them swear to keep this secret, and so the 5 friends return to their normal lives, carrying the burden of a deadly secret. A year passes. Eva comes back to Southport for Danica's bridal shower. At the airport, she meets a new girl, Tyler, who is the host of a podcast called Live, Laugh, Slaughter. Tyler has come to research the 1997 murders committed by the fisherman Ben Willis. Eva and Tyler quickly become friends, and Milo also arrives at the airport to pick them up. At the party, Eva, Milo, Danica, and Stevie reunite. Danica has now broken up with Teddy and is newly engaged to a man named Wyatt. During the gift opening, Danica receives a card that says, "I know what you did last summer." Seeing this, her face turns pale. She secretly shows the card to Eva, Milo, and Stevie. They are all shocked because on the night of the accident, truck driver Sam had died and no one else had been there. Danica suspects that maybe Teddy is doing this for revenge. The 3 of them go to Teddy's dock and show him the card. But Teddy becomes angry and says he has nothing to do with it. He throws them out, asking how they could suspect him. That very night, a horrifying incident takes place. Danica is upstairs in the bathtub, while her fiancé Wyatt is watching TV downstairs. Suddenly, a mysterious killer wearing a black raincoat and carrying a harpoon gun enters. He kills Wyatt with a hook and hangs his body in front of the fireplace. On the wall, written in blood, are the words, "You can't erase the past." Danica comes downstairs and is horrified to see this. She reports it to the police, but the group realizes that their secret may finally come out. Everyone looks terrified. After Wyatt's brutal death, the police start an inquiry, but Eva and her friends believe the real truth will never be revealed. The group gathers to figure out who the killer could be. Milo suspects Eva's new friend Tyler, because on the way she had revealed that she was obsessed with the 1997 fisherman murders. Eva hesitates at first, but then decides to meet Tyler to learn the truth. Eva goes with Tyler to an old shop where the 1997 murders had taken place. Tyler tells her the full story in detail, and her dark, intense tone makes Eva even more suspicious. Eva secretly calls Milo and Stevie to ask for help. Suddenly, the black raincoat killer appears. He locks Eva in a cage and chases Tyler. Tyler tries to escape, even managing to pull at the killer's mask a little, but she cannot recognize him. The killer tortures her and then hangs her from the ceiling in front of Eva and Stevie. After Tyler's death, the police investigate the site. The next day, the entire town of Southport holds a meeting and promises strict action. But Eva and her friends understand that the police will not be able to solve this case. Eva decides to seek help from Julie, the 1997 survivor. Julie is now a college professor who has left her old life and trauma behind. Eva convinces her, and later the group also meets Ray, Julie's ex-husband. It is revealed that Julie and Ray are divorced and hate each other. Ray suggests that they track down the owner of the truck from the accident to learn more about Sam. Eva, Milo, and Stevie go to the police yard where the accident vehicles are kept. There, they discover that the truck was registered under the town's pastor. Meanwhile, Danica and Teddy visit an old graveyard where the 1997 victims are buried. They find Sam's grave with fresh flowers on it. Danica suspects someone has been visiting recently. She convinces the graveyard keeper to check the CCTV footage, but as soon as the keeper goes inside, the killer slits his throat with a hook and destroys all the cables so no footage can be recovered. When Teddy goes looking for him, the killer attacks Danica. She runs into an old building and hides under a parade float. The killer almost catches her, but Teddy arrives just in time to save her. The killer escapes. Elsewhere, Ray goes to Julie's house and angrily tells her to guide Eva in her investigation. Julie hesitates, but Ray warns that if they don't act, someone will wipe them out. Out of fear, all the friends gather at Teddy's house and decide to sleep there together. At this point, Eva and Milo's relationship starts taking a slightly romantic turn, but Eva strangely asks Milo to choke her, perhaps due to her trauma. Milo is shocked and excuses himself, saying he needs to get his charger from the car. On his way back, the killer ambushes him, strangles him with a rope, and snaps his neck. Milo's body is stuffed into his car, and the killer drives away with it. Eva assumes Milo left in anger, but the next day the police show them Milo's corpse inside his car. After Milo's body is found, the group becomes even more terrified. Eva and Danica decide they must uncover the truth about the connection between Pastor and Sam. They go to the church, where they run into Stevie's friend Hannah. Danica excuses herself to the bathroom, but secretly sneaks into the pastor's office. There, she finds hidden photos showing Pastor and Sam together. She realizes that perhaps Pastor is behind everything. Meanwhile, Eva tries to talk with Pastor, asking questions about Sam. Instead of answering, Pastor goes inside to fetch a book. Eva quickly messages Danica to be careful. Danica manages to slip out quietly, and together they go to the police station to share their suspicions about Pastor. But the police do not believe them. Instead, they accuse Eva and Danica of falsely blaming Pastor and begin interrogating them. The scene cuts here. In the next scene, the killer attacks Teddy at his house. Teddy fights bravely, but the killer stabs him repeatedly with a knife. When Teddy's father rushes out to save his injured son, the killer pierces his throat with a hook, killing them both. A short while later, horrifying news shakes the entire police station. The killer has hung the bodies of Teddy and his father in front of the station. Eva, Danica, and Stevie are devastated, along with Milo's body still found in his car. The situation becomes unbearable. Ray advises them that the best option is to escape Southport. So Eva, Danica, and Stevie take Teddy's boat and run away. Meanwhile, the police begin to truly suspect Pastor and head to the church to arrest him. But there, they discover a shocking sight. Pastor has already been brutally murdered by the killer. Then, one officer notices the photos in the office and uncovers a shocking clue. In one of the pictures with Pastor and Sam, Stevie is also present. On the other side, Danica and Stevie are on the boat when suddenly the killer appears. This time, the killer lifts the mask and reveals the true face. Shockingly, it is Stevie herself. Eva and Danica are stunned and terrified. Stevie confesses that she had been in a relationship with Sam. On the night of the accident, Sam had borrowed Pastor's truck to stop her from drinking and partying with everyone. But because of the group, Sam died. When Stevie learned of his death, she realized the truth. But Teddy's father paid off Pastor and others to keep it quiet, so the truth never came out. That's why Stevie decided to take revenge herself, killing everyone one by one. Danica and Eva run around the boat trying to survive. Suddenly, Ray also shows up. He tries to stop Stevie, but in her rage, Stevie drives a hook into Danica's stomach and throws her overboard into the water. Ray shoots Stevie, killing her, and she too falls into the water. Eva, still in shock and crying, is comforted by Ray, who assures her the killer is now dead. Together, they head back towards Southport. Eva calls Julie and tells her everything, including that the killer was Stevie. But in her mind, a doubt lingers. Could Stevie really have done all this alone? Hearing this, Julie is also shocked. She does some research and begins to suspect that Ray might be involved as well. She rushes to Southport to warn Eva. On the boat, Eva notices a wound on Ray's back, the exact same spot where she had stabbed the killer with a knife earlier. Eva instantly realizes Ray is also involved. Ray confesses. He admits that yes, he was part of the entire plan. But he says Stevie never wanted to kill Eva, because Eva was the only one who had tried to save Sam that night. Ray, however, believed that everyone deserved punishment. He reveals that the 1997 murders and everything that had happened to him were slowly being erased from people's memories. He wanted to make sure no one ever forgot. That's why he gave Stevie the idea of becoming the killer and even helped her. Suddenly, Ray attacks Eva. At that moment, Julie arrives and tries to save her, but Ray stabs Eva in the back, and she collapses to the ground. Julie, shocked, tries to hold Eva, while Ray says he will kill Julie too, and put the blame on her, so everyone will believe she was the killer. But before he can, Eva gathers strength, picks up a harpoon gun, and shoots Ray in the back. Ray screams in pain and dies instantly. On the boat, only Eva and Julie are left alive. After Ray's death, Eva and Julie finally feel some relief, but the story is not over yet. Danica, who had been thrown into the water by Stevie, manages to swim to shore. She is badly injured but alive. A few days later, Eva and Danica are discharged from the hospital. Understanding their bond, they decide to remain soulmates forever. But then comes another twist. They discover that Stevie is still alive. Half serious, half joking, Eva and Danica say, "Now we'll have to kill Stevie together." The story seems to end, but a mid-credit scene is revealed. On TV, news reports the death of Ray. Watching the broadcast is Carla, Julie's old friend. Just then, there's a knock at the door. Julie is standing outside, looking panicked. She shows Carla a new threatening message, which reads that a new killer is now after them. Julie asks Carla for help so the two of them can face this new killer together. The screen fades to black, ending the story on the suspense of another sequel. So friends, this was the complete story of the movie. I hope you understood it well and enjoyed the explanation. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel,